5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Thursday morning. It's time for the segment of AM Ocala Live called Let's Talk Golf. And the guy who's going to talk golf with you is coming into the studio right now. Jim Beckett is here to talk to us about golf. And, of course, he's open to your questions on the phone. The phone line number is the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline, which is 622-9622. Good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, radio folks.
Good to see you.
We got some really interesting news today.
You do? What is it? Got to move the camera there.
Well, we're going to wait and see if the callers call in and how nice they are, and we might share it, we might not. No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was a prize or something.
It's a nice, well, we could do that too. Man, we could do a prize today.
You have a prize to give away?
Yes, we could do that.
Okay.
We could have a full consultation with the person to find out where they are, what they think, what's troubling them.
Right.
And we could actually go on the golf course with them, because many golfers are unaware when they take a lesson on the practice tee, they're focused mentally, and what concerns them is totally different than when you're on the golf course. The golf course presents a whole new picture. There's sand traps over here, there's out of bounds, there's thick grass, there's water, all that kinds of things. It's a long way to the hole, which encourages you to overswing. But on the practice tee, you see the same old picture, and you start working on basic fundamentals and mechanics. And when you play golf, if you're thinking about fundamentals and mechanics, you're not busy playing golf.
So you're offering your services for what, a day, or how many hours? How long does that take?
Well, it would be, I would offer my services at no cost for them to see the benefit of all of that. And if later on they wanted to do something, then we would talk about it. But it's a way of giving you an MRI, an X-ray, and a blood test about the real golf and what you encounter on the golf course, which you cannot do effectively on the practice tee. The practice tee is a matter of, can I get the ball hit better? Can I get my swing the way I think it should be? All the things that the golf world tells you should do.
That makes sense, yeah.
It does make sense. And if you're busy thinking about your swing and your alignment and all those things on the golf course, you've taken all that focus on the objective out there, which is getting the ball from point A to point B with whatever club you think works. And that's the other thing happens. The golfer wants to tell you what club to use. Wouldn't it be nice for you to pick the one you like?
Yeah,
you and that club form a team. The club has an ability and you have an ability.
Right.
So if you take that 7-iron or that 3-wood or whatever it is, and you've proven to yourself it will go X yards and fairly accurate, or whatever it slice, whatever it might do, then you select how to approach that shot on the golf course from a totally different perspective than if you practice on the tee.
So how do the listeners get in on the possibility of winning that? Do they have to call in?
They would have to call me personally, and we would chat on the phone. And if we communicate well, we would just put it all together.
Oh, just call you. So anybody who wants to do it that's listening can do it just by calling you.
Yes, sir.
Got to wait till you get off the air, though, right?
I would prefer that, because I left the phone in the car. I don't want it interrupting us.
So what is that number? I know that's going to be one question I'm going to get later on.
That number is 352 470 3876.
3876.
And if I don't answer, it's probably I'm talking to you or another golfer, and I will call back. And should I not, you keep pestering me, and we will get in touch, and we'll talk about it. It's something I started about a year ago, and it was phenomenally successful. It does take a little more time. If it gets into a cost factor, it costs a little bit more. But I've given, and so has many other instructors, thousands of lessons that on the spot sounded good. They thought we had fixed it, and it didn't work. A golf lesson basically is a quick fix Band-Aid, and it's not permanent. If you understand this data from your perspective, it's permanent.
So can I read you the 11 steps that'll help a golfer? And
Absolutely.
I'm just curious if you're going to laugh at it or just say it's nonsense.
Well, you know I'll have an opinion.
And I'll just go through them real quickly. Number 1, back straight, knees bent, feet and shoulder width apart. Okay, feet shoulder width apart. Number 2, form a loose grip. Number 3, keep your head down. Number 4, avoid a quick backswing. Number 5, stay out of the water. Number 6, try not to hit anyone. Number 7, if you're taking too long, let others go ahead of you. Number 8, don't stand directly in front of others. Number 9, be quiet while others are preparing. Number 10, don't take any extra strokes. And number 11, flush the urinal, wash your hands, and go outside and play golf.
6 through 11 make some sense. 1 through 5 are absolutely hogwash.
Oh, really?
To a point, and can't be applied to every person. Now, number 1 again was keep your back straight.
Yeah, keep your back straight.
Well,
your
I
knees
physically can't do that because of an injury. So right off the bat, I can't play golf, and I do fairly well.
Yeah.
What was number 2?
Form a loose grip.
Okay, we're going to take a hammer and hammer a pretty good nail into a 4x4 piece of wood.
So it has to be a firm grip.
Well, it has to be a grip that you have control and can apply the amount of strength you think. So I'm not saying you're going to cinch your hand down, but holding a loose grip will produce a loose shot. And that's because of human nature.
Right.
Why would you want to hold it loose if you're going to hit something?
Right.
And it's going to vary from person to person, quite frankly. Personalization is the key. And you did that when we went out on our charity tournament.
You know, I was talking about you yesterday. Robin and I are helping out with the Special Olympics. And in fact, the guy, he's a famous NFL football player from the Dolphins. Do you know Don Nottingham by chance?
I know who he is.
Well, he wants to meet you because I told him, we met with him yesterday. He's putting together a golf tournament for Special Olympics.
I just read about it out in the foyer.
He wants to meet you. So
I'd love to meet him.
I told him you'd be here today at this time, so hopefully he'll come in and chat with you.
And when is this tournament? It's pretty soon, isn't it? October 4th.
4th, yeah.
And it's going to be at Silver Spring Shores?
I think so, yeah. I have it right here.
Isn't that amazing what I know?
It's amazing what you know, yes. Yeah, there it is right there.
I would be glad to be involved in that with him.
That's the information right there.
Well, I've got one outside. I'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed it. I have it laying on the counter out there for me to take.
Oh, here, Robin's coming in with it, so. The phone number right now, if you'd like to ask Jim a question about golf, is 622-9622. Oh, those are the 11 tips I just read to you. So, you might have missed number 11.
Number 11.
Well, it's the one under 10. It's not numbered.
It needs a star asterisk. It's really important.
So when you have a new golfer like we were, and the one thing I think that you helped Robin and I with was just the nervous factor.
Absolutely.
You made us realize the same thing I say about music. Don't take it so seriously. You could just have fun with it, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very individualized art form in its purest form, and anyone can do it if they're allowed to do it within the realm of what they can do, not what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, especially if it's a tournament. I mean, you're really just out to have fun.
Yeah, instructors get very, structured instructors get very upset with me. If you observe golf on TV, they swing similar, but they do not swing the same way.
Yeah.
The flexible guys have more flexibility. The strong guys have more strength. The people have less flexibility figure out a way to swing. I mean, it's a very individual art form in its purest form. And when you're allowed that freedom, you'll tap into what you can do. You know, if we go into a house and there's something that needs fixing in that house, our fantastic computer, the brain, figures out, well, I need this piece of equipment, I need that piece of utility or whatever. We figure out a way to solve that issue. Well, golf is just solving that. On the first tee, you're trying to hit it somewhere where you can find it, but in the fairway.
Right.
Your idea may be a lot better than mine.
I don't know. Well, anybody who does something a lot, though, gets better at it. So
correct.
I mean, I wouldn't for a minute think that a beginner was somehow going to be instantly good at
Golf in
anything.
its purest form really is more of an art form than it is an athletic sport, because even a cripple like me can play. You don't have to have those credentials. You don't have to be tall like a basketball player and agile and fast and what have you. Yeah. You can take anything you've got and use it effectively and participate.
Jim, we have that weather break coming up, so we need to do that. And then
the weather's beautiful and sunny and blue sky.
So let's do our little weather break, and we'll be right back. If you have a question for Jim, this is a great time to call 622-9622. It doesn't have to even be a question. The show's called Let's Talk Golf, so if you want to talk about the celebrities and their mistresses and all that, you're welcome to do that. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixed with clouds today. There'll be a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 87 to 91. Partly cloudy tonight, low 70 to 74. Variable cloudiness tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms around mainly during the afternoon hours, high 83 to 87. And for Saturday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Still a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the area, the high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
If you make it past year 7, odds are very high you'll probably stay together forever. Couples are usually into a groove and know what their lives together will be like as they move forward. A sugar-packed diet will destroy the collagen and elastin in your skin. That leads to wrinkles. Taking a vacation from our social networking sites is just as important as taking a vacation from our jobs.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
All right, it's 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Jim Beckett is here talking golf. And if you would like to call, it doesn't have to be a question. The phone number is 622-WOCA. And remember, Jim made an offer to give you kind of a consultation visit. You and him go out to the golf course, and he'll, I guess, look at how you golf and help you out with that, and just for free, right?
And that's a $250 value. That's what I charge when I do that with a student.
Wow. And that number is 470-3876, 470-3876. But if you want to speak to Jim on the air right now, it's 622-WOCA. And so when somebody does that with you,
it takes the better part of.
Are you normally finding them say, I knew I was doing that, but I thought it was the right thing to do?
To date, anyone who's done that has taken a rather large leap forward mentally. The game is, besides the physical part of it, is very mental. And usually the person doesn't have a good mental approach because they're trying to do things other people told them to do.
Right.
So they're kind of handicapped right off the bat.
It's hard to relearn.
Like if I told you had to stand a certain way and grip it a certain way and swing a certain way, you would trust me. And you'd be trying to do that instead of get the job done. So you might look better, but not play better.
I don't know about that.
Well, but I mean, it's.
But it is hard to relearn something you've already learned. That's what I think. That's how I can relate to it. It's kind of like saying you've been playing the guitar wrong. Here's how you should do it, and then I have to or learn how to drive a car differently.
Well, that's perfect. The guitar. Everybody doesn't play the same way. There's some guidelines, but don't they fluctuate a little bit?
They have to. Different hand sizes, yeah.
Personalization.
Yeah.
It's actually a kind of a common denominator in life.
It really
how
is.
you think and your perspective on things and your ability kind of formulates how you approach whatever you do.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, do they often say, well, now I'll come back for more because...
9 times out of 10, we don't necessarily have a pre-planned package that they would commit to. but they find out that it's a source of information that's not going to distort commercialism over their welfare.
Is the slow learn for most people? Does it take a while for them to actually grasp what you're trying to say, or does it vary like with any student? Some students are quick, some students are...
I'd say the people that struggle more with golf have bought into the formation of a golf swing. We see on the tour, some of the great players will get a new swing coach, and they start playing worse. If you have that talent, you shouldn't play worse. You should play the same or better.
Oh, so the coach is actually interfering then?
Can be, but not by intention. I mean, it's like I say, it's an art form.
So the art form of the coach, not the art form of the player, but the art form of the coach, in other words, the art form of you in this case, you have to recognize that this little lady who's 90 pounds is going to have some different instructions than me.
Absolutely. Totally different.
Okay.
Different resources to work with.
Yeah.
It's like building a house or a car or anything else. The resources you have dictate what the package is going to be. But in a person, it's much more complex. Because everybody's talented. They just don't think so.
I always say that too. I always say God didn't leave anybody out. Everybody's gifted.
Might not match somebody else or some particular something, but everybody has ability and talent. It's going to vary based on their perspective, their intellect, and their physical. Well,
let me talk about the physical for a second, because even though the game is 90% mental, your instructions are probably mostly physical. Am I right?
Very little.
Oh, really?
I show options. If I show you how the club it was designed to hit a particular shot and what's required, solid contacts first. If you have a perfect swing and if you miss hit the ball, it's a miss. If you have a horrible swing and it makes solid contact, it goes good. So your swing is put together so that you could have some consistency of movement rather than performance of shot.
Do you know what I've always been terrible at? Baseball. When I was a kid, even now, if you took me to a batting cage, I would swing the bat, and if I connected with the ball, I look like a master at the thing. But it's absolutely an accident. I have no idea.
Really?
I have no idea how to hit a ball. But with golf, it's not moving. It's right there.
Isn't that funny? A great deal of people can hit the moving ball better than a still ball.
Really?
Yeah, the ball, when it sits still, allows the person to contemplate what they're going to do, overthink it, and not have fluid movement.
Yeah, but no, I've never been good at that. And I've never had anybody, because I've never been like a sports kind of a guy. But I've often thought, like when my son was little, he was more into it than I ever was.
So you might be the kind of person that a little bit of structure that lets you grab hold of it might be beneficial.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm giving you some guidelines on how to make contact.
Yeah. Well.
So you'd have a more positive plan.
But using the baseball as an example, okay, this is what the coach, like the elementary school coach, whatever, he would say. Put your feet apart and bend over like this. It's like, well,
why?
That's got nothing.
That should be our question. Why?
Well, it was my question. I was just too timid to ask it. Because I'm thinking, well, isn't the point to get that wooden bat to hit that ball?
And your body gave you the answer of how to stand.
It's just I never got it. But when I hit it, it went good.
I'll bet.
But I had no idea how to control it.
So you think you swung pretty hard?
I think I did. Yeah.
See, I never swung hard.
I was probably trying to.
As a kid, even. So I never struck out.
But you hit it all the time.
I never struck out once.
So, and that's probably my mistake. I was probably trying to be the macho kid or something.
I don't know why I don't have that gene or whatever it is, but I don't try to hit the golf ball real far. I try to hit it where I want it to go so I can hit the next one.
But okay. Well, and even when I hit it, though, like if they say hit it into left field, well, if I'm lucky, it'll hit in left field. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, that's where Yogi Berra was. They say, what kind of pitch did you hit that home run? I don't know. It was outside the plate, so I hit it.
But see, people, comparing it to music again, people who don't play music do the exact same thing, and I do the exact opposite thing. In other words, with music, I'm very gentle with keys and with strings. I'm very easy with them. I know how to work them. With sports, I don't know how to do it. It's like I'm trying as hard as I can. Even with the golf, when that day we did it, I was trying to do the thing you say most guys try to do, which is to just wallop the ball as far as it'll go.
Well, there's some satisfaction when you can hit it far.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never hit it far.
Well, you know where it goes for me. I used to watch at the driving range. I used to watch these guys, and they would. I was always so impressed. Like, wow, look how far that can go. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to be able to do that.
Well, I'd say that's by far the higher percentage of people think that way. Yeah. Many of my requests are, can you get me more distance? And I say, yes. I can guarantee it if you'll pay me up front. You move to Denver, Colorado, you play on a mountain course with a tailwind, and you hit downhill. You'll hit it a heck of a lot further.
Now, if you remember, Robin was better putting than Joe and I were.
Joe was really funny.
But Robin was really good at the putting.
Sure.
And we were we could be 3 feet from the hole and still miss it.
Yeah. Strength and brawn is not necessarily an asset in putting.
Doesn't work.
You're kind of in the way, in a way.
Yeah.
So it's a gentle touch.
Does somebody, a seasoned golfer, disdain the whole scramble idea? Do they not like playing scramble?
To me, golf purists love scramble, and people who I guess the hardcore golfer wants to have his individual score, more men and women, for whatever reason. We're not playing the U.S. Open, you're not in the tournament.
Yeah.
The art form of striking the ball and being able to get it from the tee to the green and in the hole is the same regardless of the game. So I find maybe 60% of the men golfers don't like scramble. So it kind of separates the real golfers from the people in the way, from my opinion. I love scramble. I think it's the smartest thing for you to play. Your shot's not hit well. You're still out there. You're
learning. It made
it
fun. For me, it made it
Sure.
fun. But I didn't know if that was like an amateur's thing.
It's my number one choice of game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Jim Beckett is here, and we're almost out of time, but please don't miss out on this opportunity. If you would like Jim to be a consultant in a way, to actually work with you one-on-one, he's offering to do it for free. It's a $250 offer. This is how much he charges his students.
It's about 5 hours.
It's a 5-hour course, and what do they pick the golf course? How does that work?
Yeah.
They just whatever golf course you like.
Yeah, they can go wherever we want to go.
If it's in Denver, Colorado?
That's not included in the golf course fees.
Right.
My fee is waived.
Yeah, your fee is waived, of course. So call Jim on, this is your cell phone number?
Yes.
On Jim's cell phone number, but wait till he gets out to his car because he left it out there. Unless one of these kids at the mall saw it and said, "Ooh."
It's hidden.
470-3876. 470-3876.
Area code 352.
352 area code. And call us. I'd love to hear the after story of how this all works out.
Yeah, that's what Dan's going to do.
Dan's going to do it with you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Now, he's pretty good already.
Hear my comment?
Oh, man. It's kind of...
His strength has to be.
Oh, he's macho, too.
He's so strong.
Yeah.
I could play 18 holes of golf with one of his swings. He's just really powerful. And so when you have that power, you want to use it, but it's not the key ingredient in golf.
But do you ever coach the 90-pound woman to be a little more strong?
The weakest lady I ever did weighed 93 pounds, and she was 94 years old.
Oh, wow.
And she learned to hit the ball by 100 yards.
That's awesome.
And that was wonderful.
I love that. Jim, thank you. You're great. Thank you for coming in like you do and helping us out with this. If you're trying to get better at the game of golf, this is a great opportunity. Call Jim on his cell phone and schedule a date to go out to the golf course with him, and he'll help you become a better golfer for free for one session, $250 value, 470-3876, area code 352, 470-3876. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be right back.
Always a pleasure.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Australian police say they've stopped terrorists from carrying out a plot to behead random members of the public.